Are you tired of wasting your evenings, or maybe you're just plain tired at the end of the day? We are talking about minimalist evening routines today, and maybe you have had an evening routine in the past. It didn't work for you, or maybe it hasn't changed with your situation. Perhaps you've never had an evening routine and you don't know why you need one. And I'm going to put my hand up here because years ago, I had all these plans. I was going to be reading in the evening or playing games with the kids, doing crafting, and it didn't work like that. I would wake up on the sofa thinking where on earth it was that the evening had passed, the kitchen was a mess, I felt like a wreck. But it doesn't have to be that way. So today we're looking at a minimalist evening routine, and as a routines coach, I've got plenty of tips and tricks to build a little evening routine just for you. So if you are ready to simplify in 2025, let's dive in. Diane and Denmark here, rah rah rah. So today we are working on a minimalist evening routine for you, and we're going to get rid of that feeling that you've got that you're wasting your evenings. You're going to be able to free up your evenings to really relax and enjoy them. So let me roll the first thing where we're going to look at my minimalist evening routine from a few years ago. It's packed with really good ideas and inspiration. And then we'll have a wee chat about how I have changed mine and build one for you. Let's roll the film. I hope you're fine and well, and I hope you're ready to have a little refresh of your routines. Now, last week, I was walking you through my personal spring morning routine. I am a routines coach. I am an expert in all things Hygge. I'm here in Copenhagen, Denmark. And today I'm going to walk you through my evening routine. Now, your evening routine and your morning routine will probably look completely different from mine. I teach people these routines, and I've got lots and lots of videos where I go through what to put on your routine, whether you are working inside the home, whether you're working outside the home, whether you have small kids, whether you have health issues, whether you have changing shifts. All these things will play into how your routines are going to look. The main thing is that we need to make our routines something pleasant that we look forward to, because you know what I always say, if you've got that attitude of, oh, you know, I don't want to do my evening routine, already you're putting a kind of roadblock in the way. We've really got to stop that thinking. We've got to change the approach. And my approach is always to make it as hoogly, you know, as cozy, as nice as we can for ourselves, because let's face it, we just have to get on and do these tasks. And if we can make it something pleasant, we're actually going to do it. And remember that the routines are something that it's not extra work, it's less work for you. We're putting things into an order. On the days that are really difficult, the high days, the holidays, the routines pull us through, and you'll find that once you get more consistent with the routines, you will be running on automatic pilot, and that's what we're working towards. So I'm going to show you my evening routine. I don't have many things on my evening routine because my main energy is in the morning. And I don't always want to get out of bed, but once I'm up and moving, that's when I can get a lot of things done. That's when I am mentally fresh. That's when I'm physically fresh. So a lot of the things for your kind of classic FlyLady evening routine, I do those in my morning or during the day when the situation arises. The main thing for me, for my evening routine, is not to leave the kitchen until it's cleared up. You'll see me going through my routine here, but I actually had to say to the family, stop, don't help me tonight. Our usual routine in the family is that everybody removes their plates from the table, everybody puts their things, you know, washes them up or puts them in the dishwasher. We pack up any food that is left over. That will be our lunch for the next day. We clear off the counters. I'll shine the sink. I also like to put out a fresh tea towel and a fresh hand towel. I get a lot of questions about that in my Instagram pictures. What are the two towels that I have? The terry towel is one for our hands, and the other linen cloth, that's normally for drying things, pots and pans. And I've got quite a nice little tea towel collection. I often pick them up when we're on a family holiday. They make great clutter-free souvenirs. And I also have some towels knitted for me by my bestie Vivica. She's a beautiful knitter. And I just enjoy putting out a fresh hand towel and tea towel every day. And what I usually do is the one which I have had from the day before, those are the ones that I use to wipe out the sink when I'm finished my evening routine, and then those go in the wash. If we take it a step back, you can make it really easy for yourself to do the kitchen cleanup by getting the kitchen cleaned up before you actually sit down for dinner. Make sure that when you start cooking, that you're doing a poopa, as they call it in FlyLady land. Pick up and put away as you go. Don't take out things, be taking out flour, be taking out things from the fridge to use, and then leaving them there on the counter. As soon as you've used the thing, whether it's a knife or a fork or a porta pan, get it in the sink, get it washed up, so that when you sit down to eat, you've only got a couple of things left to put away. So make it easy for yourself, do a wee bit of forward thinking. And we kind of have a rule that, we've kind of cleared up before we sit down to dinner. And as I said, everybody helps, so for us it doesn't take that long. An absolute necessity for me as part of my evening routine is making sure that the coffee machine is set up for the next day. Often I will do that in the morning when I drink my last cup of coffee. I will set up for the next day. But again, if I haven't done it in the morning, I make sure that that's part of my evening routine. Remember, and put out one of your nice mugs. I always enjoy waking up and seeing one of my nice mugs ready for me. And you can really get your kids helping from an early age. Get them to make their packed lunches. Get them doing that while you're doing your evening cleanup in the kitchen. And of course, you've got to make it hygge for yourselves. I always light candles, or I'll have my cordless headphones on. I'll be listening to music, listening to a podcast, just something that makes it a pleasant task. And also make sure that we fill up the bird feeder so it's ready for the next visit that we have from our red garden squirrels. I think he must have heard me. There he is. Hello. Yeah, I was just talking about you. I think we're going to need a bigger bird feeder. He's getting too big to be in there. And during the day, when we unload the dishwasher, I've told you before that we like to reset the table for the next meal that's coming up. And in the evening, part of my evening routine is to set the table for breakfast. Usually we're eating porridge oats, we're eating porridge, so put things out for that. At the weekend, we're usually having hot rolls, then I would put out plates, knives, the morning breakfast chocolate, that kind of thing. And that way we ensure that in the morning we're all eating breakfast. We don't necessarily eat breakfast together, but by having the table set up, and we've always got a candle on the table, even in the summer, it ensures that everybody actually gets their breakfast. Also, you'll want to check your calendar. What's happening tomorrow? Are you going to a meeting? Have you already looked at your outfit for the day? As you saw in my spring morning routine, I actually look at my outfit for the next day when I'm putting away my laundry in our bedroom. It makes sense for me that I'm standing in our bedroom, putting away laundry, and that's when I take out the next day's outfit. You'll maybe want to have a look at the weather, see what's coming up. And for those of you who are not keen on looking at their outfit the day before, because, you might change your mind, I have quite a few outfits set up in my wardrobe so I can immediately grab and go. You might prefer to look through your outfits at the weekend, get 5 or 6 of them together, have something ready if it's going to be chilly, if it's going to be rainy, if it's going to be snowing. Here in Denmark, we can quite often have the 4 seasons in the space of about 15 minutes. In our heads, we're already a step ahead. I've got my outfit ready for the next day. My outfit, I hang up on the back of our bedroom door. That's where I get dressed in the morning, actually in our bedroom. So that works for me. Perhaps you want to put it into a basket, or you can put it into the bathroom, but I have everything ready to go. Sometimes, I will even look out what jewellery, which earrings, which bracelets, which piece of jewellery I'm going to be wearing too. You can put that in a little bag together with your outfit. But it's just that very fact of when you go to bed, knowing that, everything is taken care of. So in the morning, you can hit the ground running. You're not scrambling to look for clothes. And I always say, if you're going to be doing your morning exercise, go ahead and look out your exercise clothes as well. Maybe your exercise mat, have it all ready to go, and that will be another way to encourage you to actually move forward with your exercise. And what about the kids? Do they need to look at their backpacks? Do you need to get sports gear ready for them? Have it ready somewhere that's easy to find. Perhaps you have an area that you can use in your hall. I've always got my swimming bag ready to go. I've kind of moved forward so much with the FlyLady system that generally I unpack my swimming bag once I'm finished with it, and I repack for the next time. So I'm not even waiting till the evening to look at my bag. So it's actually already done. And that's all it is. We're just kind of doing things in a timely manner to save us time, to save us stress, and who doesn't want that? And after we've left the kitchen in the evening, usually we'll gather together in the living room as a family a bit later. You know, everybody can be sitting, you know, with their iPads or a book or doing some studies. But we make a pot of tea. I've always got the pot of tea going, and some biscuits. Then before we go to bed, we always make sure that we don't leave anything in the living room. We take away the biscuits, we clear off the table, any mugs, those will go into the dishwasher. We're just doing a poopa, where we're doing a pick up and put away. And if you can just pick up after yourself, it makes life so much easier. You can find things. You're no longer having to move stuff so that you can get cleaning. So it's just a few minutes here and there. Pick them up and put them away. It's as simple as that. And what about your bedtime? Are you staying up late or just, you know, doing that thing of scrolling through your phone? I actually like to get to bed early, get all tucked in, read a few chapters of my book, whatever I'm reading at the moment, and it also helps to have a secret stash of chocolates. Just don't tell anybody. So I hope that got you inspired to maybe look at your evening routine with fresh eyes. Is there something that you can change up to make it easier for you? What's the most important thing on your evening routine? Mine is always setting up the coffee maker. And on that note, all I'm going to say is live long, prosper. May the Danish aften hygge, evening hygge be with you. And I'll see you very soon with that rah, rah, rah. Oh, that was fun to have a wee trip down memory lane. And I've made some notes of my kind of takeaways from the video. And I think that the major thing, which I hope you saw as well, is that an evening routine can really, it takes out the thinking process for us. We don't have that mental load, you know, one of the buzzwords right now, the mental load. But it really does, it kind of frees up our time because we're planning things, and we can just tick things off on our list. We don't have to think about it. And that is half the battle, that we're not having to think about things. Because if we're honest, most of the procrastination is because we don't know what to do or where to start. Did you do my deep dive of the FlyLady system, a kind of makeover for your life? I went into it there. I've also got a video on evening routine, whether it's most beneficial for you to have a start time for your evening routine or an end time, depending on your nature. I'll put links in the description box. But for us as empty nesters, I have to say that my basic evening routine is the same now without the kids being here as it was then. Though I can even see that just a few years back, we had a lot more stuff. It's a lot easier for me to do the pick up and put away at the end of the evening. It's a lot easier for me to choose my outfits because I've also scaled down the colours that I have in my wardrobe. I've got lots of that on my wardrobe playlist if you want information on that. Everything is just easier, and that's what I want for you. This is why I'm doing the 3 videos a week at the moment, where we're simplifying 2025 for you. And I've seen the comments coming in from many of you who have been following me for years, or are new subscribers. Welcome if you're new here, and thank you for that. I'm almost at 100,000 subscribers. But even if you've been following me for a while, your situation has changed. Perhaps you are now a carer. Maybe you're now homeschooling, you're working 2 jobs where previously you were a stay-at-home mum. Please never compare your evening routine or your morning routine to somebody else that you see on Instagram or YouTube. And for those of you who are doing the FlyLady system with me, in Friday's video, the planning videos, I tell you which FlyLady zone we are working for the week. Again, I've taken the thought process out of things for you. So anyway, I'll link to that video too. But most of all, I hope that today's video, it gave you some inspiration to perhaps change up your evening routine or try an evening routine. And remember, as I always say, it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't think that you have to have the perfect amount of tasks or be doing things in a certain order. I always say go for 3 things for your evening routine and the things that are really going to make a difference to you. And let's keep on inspiring each other. Let me know in a comment, are you going to try an evening routine, or what is the most important part of your evening routine? All I've got left to say is live long and prosper. May the Hygge Minimalist evening routine be with you, and I shall see you later this week with a ra. Okay, bye for now.